Yo, let's talk about what makes a good transfer a good transfer.
Big Safe.
Fat Man Scoop, Brooklyn Clan. What's up, y'all? This is Fat Man Scoop. And right now, you watching the sensei, the number one, the king, my dude, Big Brando. He taught me, personally, me, Fat Man Scoop. All you gotta do is keep your mouth closed and your ears open. Listen to the man talk. That's knowledge personified right there, and I wouldn't trust nobody else but my dude, Big Brando. And I said it. Fat Man Scoop, Big Brando, let's go!
Setting everybody, boy Big Brando, and today we're gonna be talking about transfers. I'm gonna try to dumb this down as best as possible for you guys because I understand there's a lot of new viewers on my channel and there's a lot of new people getting into transfers now. Now, the reason why I'm making this video is because when people ask me on TikTok and Instagram, what transfers am I using? I do a pretty good job at tagging every transfer that I'm using. I do a pretty good job of putting the application settings that I use on those videos also, but there is always the same questions in the comments. What transfer are you using? What heat setting are you using? What printer are you using to print those transfers? Now, to clear everything up, I use screen printed transfers. When I say screen printed transfers, I'm talking about burning a screen with the image, flooding the screen with the squeegee, and then printing through the screen onto the transfer sheet or transfer film. This is something that a lot of people are confused on. First, you have some people that just say screen printed transfers because that's what they've been hearing, but they're referring to a DTF print. DTF print is just a digital print. You guys seen every single video on YouTube already showing the process. The printer is going back and forth, boom, boom, boom. It's just a regular printer machine, printing onto a roll, it's going into the powder, comes out, gets cured, and then it's good to go. That's a digital print. That's not a screen printed transfer. You have a lot of people saying I'm using screen printed transfers because they just think that's the name of them. When I say I use a screen printed transfer, I'm talking about actually burning a screen to print the transfer. Two totally different transfers. Now, a lot of you guys see me use film transfers. And when I say film transfers, I'm talking about Supacolor. Supacolor is not the paper, it's not the ink, it's the company. Supacolor is the company that screen prints my transfers. Every time I tell people, hey, I'm using Supacolor transfers, like, all right, where can I buy Supacolor paper to print my transfers from home? Or how can I print Supacolor transfers from an inkjet printer? Or how can I buy Supacolor ink so I could print transfers from home? How can I buy a Supacolor printer? There's nothing wrong with these questions. I understand that you're confused or you're just getting into the game and you don't understand, so I'm trying to make this video to help you out. Supacolor is the company that prints my transfers. Supacolor is not a transfer that you print from home. Supacolor's a screen printed transfer. Now, a lot of people, they want to print transfers from home, and I get it. That's why a lot of people are looking into buying DTF printers. That's why a lot of people ask me about inkjet printers, which one to buy, but they just don't understand what's the difference between the prints. There's nothing wrong with any transfer that you can apply with the heat press. You have to use what's best for you and your business. You have to use what you feel confident in. You have to use what fits your budget. Because at the end of the day, this is your business. You run it the way you want to. What I show on my channel is how I run my business. These are the transfers that I choose to use. These are the transfers that work for me. This is what I feel confident in. This is what fits my budget. This is what I want to offer my customers. If you wanted to start out and use inkjet transfers, there's nothing wrong with that. You're not gonna find that type of information on my channel because I don't use inkjet transfers. Does that mean they're bad? No, they work. It's just not the type of quality that I wanna offer to my clients and my customers. You have to understand what you're getting into and what you're using and the quality that you wanna put out to your customers. Same thing goes with sublimation. A lot of people see me pressing these transfers down like, hey, what sublimation printer are you using? You have to remember with sublimation, it's a totally different printing process that gets applied to totally different t-shirts and materials. What I use, 100% cotton t-shirts. The transfers I use, like Supacolor, they apply to 100% cotton t-shirts, white, black, any color t-shirt. Sublimation works best on 100% white polyester, not 100% cotton. You're gonna see a lot of people say, yeah, you can sublimate on 100% cotton. No, you can't. The people that are pushing that stuff are actually sublimating onto like a vinyl or on a paper and then applying that to the cotton t-shirt. But you gotta remember, your sublimation printer has no white ink. So that's why it works best when you sublimate onto 100% white polyester. You're actually dyeing the polyester fabric. It's called dye sublimation. You're dyeing the fabric. You're not dyeing the cotton, you're dyeing the polyester. If you tried to sublimate on a white 100% cotton t-shirt, you just basically stain the t-shirt. You're not necessarily dyeing the fabric. So understanding what transfer you want to use and print process that you want to use is key when it comes to running your business. Is there anything wrong with sublimation? No, there's people making tons of money using sublimation, but the people making money using sublimation understand what sublimation is. The people that want to use inkjet transfers, they understand what that is, they understand their limitations. Your home printer doesn't have white ink. So a lot of those inkjet transfers work best on white t-shirts. But this video right here is to talk about what makes a good transfer a good transfer. For myself, consistency, quality, clarity, and durability mean everything to me and the transfers that I use. Meaning I want these transfers to withstand a ton of washes. I want them to basically outlive the t-shirt that it's pressed on. I want the t-shirt to be so faded and unwearable and the print still look nice. That's my overall goal. And that's what I found within Supacolor. Do you have to use Supacolor? No. If you didn't want to use Supacolor, by all means, you don't have to. I'm just explaining the transfer company that I use and why I use them. Now, there's gonna be a lot of people saying, oh man, Supacolor is just a DTF print. I could get a big, 30-foot roll gang sheet, way cheaper than going through Supacolor, and that's fine. You use whatever you want to use and whatever fits your budget. A lot of people come to my channel and they see that I don't talk about DTF, or if I am talking about DTF, it's in the negative. And one, it's not to bash any DTF company, but I'm just sharing my experiences with DTF. I haven't found a DTF company that has good consistency, good durability, and good print clarity. I test out DTF transfers all the time. One, because when people ask me, hey, what's a good DTF company to use? I want to be able to recommend somebody solid. So I test out a lot of DTF companies, but I haven't found one that I can stand behind and that I can recommend. So that's why you never see positive DTF videos on my channel. I don't even own a DTF printer, like a large scale one. I don't own one of those that are printing off the roll that you see a lot of the content creators have. I don't have that. So it's not like I'm trying to bash everybody else so I could sell my own transfers. I'm trying out all these different transfer companies and I haven't found nothing solid that I could stand behind. But just for an example, here's DTF Rules right here. This is from the same exact company. These are two gang rolls from the same company that was placed on the same order. Can you see that? This one has a little waffle pattern to it, and then this one's smooth. And then this adhesive has a yellowish brownish color to it, and then this one's a whitish clear color. Even the films are different. The films are different, the print's different, and the application's different. And these are two rolls paid for, just to show that these companies, that's on the same exact order, placed at the same exact time to the same company. And I got two different rolls. So when I say consistency, that's what I'm talking about. So whether they came off of two different printers, whether they came off of two different print rolls, maybe my job was in between them running out of one paper or running out of one adhesive or whatever the case is. That horrible consistency. And that's on the same exact order. And this is from a company that a lot of people use, and we wanted to test it out for ourselves, and that's the results that we got. That's why I stay away from DTF. This is Supacolor, right? I get the same results every single time, every time I order. This transfer sheet right here, I could keep resending and resending, and I'm gonna get the same exact result every single time. Same adhesive, same print clarity, same durability, same turnaround time. I could keep re-upping the same exact order and I'm gonna get the same results every single time. This is why I choose to go with the bigger printers. This is why I choose to use the companies that I use, because I need the consistency. I ask people this all the time. Are you going based off of budget or are you going based off of quality? And everybody always says quality means everything to me. And that's fine. But at the same exact time, they're looking for the cheapest price, period. And there's nothing wrong with that also, right? Because we're always trying to increase our profits by finding the most inexpensive way of doing something. But when you start to compromise quality for price. You have to ask yourself, what matters most to you? Is it quality or is it price? It's fine to find the happy medium and find something that is decent quality at a decent price. There's nothing wrong with that. But you can't be using a $20 blank t-shirt because it has the finest cotton fibers known to man, and then you put a cheap transfer on top of that. How does that make sense, right? So for myself, I'm a cheapskate too. I understand how it works. I hate wasting money when I don't have to. I would hate to have to keep rerunning a job because I'm not getting the same consistency and wasting money that way, instead of just going with a company that'll provide the same exact print every single time. This to me is what makes a good transfer a good transfer. Consistency in the print, consistency with the turnaround time, consistency with the durability of the actual transfer. That's where I feel the bigger printers have the upper hand on the smaller printers, is because they have solid turnaround times. They have multiple printers in their shop, so if one printer's down for maintenance, they're still cranking them out with these other printers, right? When you use the smaller printer, if the printer goes down, they're gonna send you an email saying, hey, we're backed up, or we're having maintenance issues, or whatever it is, which delays your process. Shit happens, I get it, but I wanna run with the company where shit doesn't happen all the time. You know what I mean? So this is why I choose to use the transfer companies that I use. Does that mean you have to use the companies that I use? No, it does not. I choose to use a screen printed transfer because I love the durability of a screen printed transfer. Does that mean 100% digital transfer is bad? No, it doesn't. I personally just do not stand behind that type of quality. Does that mean Supacolor is the cheapest transfer out there? No, it's not. Supacolor is on the pricier side, but with that pricier price tag, it comes with that durability. It comes with the consistency. It comes with that quality. That's what you're paying for. Does that mean one's superior than the other? No, it doesn't. This is just what I choose to use. You guys have to find out what works for you. You guys have to find out what type of quality you want to offer. You have to figure out what fits your budget and what doesn't fit your budget. Don't operate outside of your budget just because somebody on YouTube says it. You find what works best for you. But most importantly, you have to figure out what makes a good transfer to you. What do you look for in these transfer companies? Is it turnaround time? Is it location? Supacolor's here in Southern California. They're located in Hawthorne. They have a huge facility in Hawthorne. And that's why they could turn around stuff in 2 days, and I could pick up my job on that second day and it's ready to go. I don't have to wait for shipping. I don't have to pay for shipping. I place the order on Monday. Wednesday, I'm picking it up and I'm pressing already. I don't have to wait for UPS or FedEx to drop my stuff off. Location means everything to me. But remember, when you're looking for a print method, whether you're using transfers, whether you're using sublimation or vinyl or whatever it is, as the business owner, I want you guys to be free thinkers. I want you guys to understand what you're getting yourself into, what you want to offer your customers, and what you can actually stand behind. Don't just think about, oh, I could put this onto a t-shirt and ship it out. Understand what's going to happen after that customer washes that t-shirt. Is that print going to hold up? Are you nervous about what's going to happen? Are you trying to give that customer every single instruction on how to wash that t-shirt before you give it to them? Like I said, when I use Supacolor Transfers, I already think that the customer is going to machine wash on hot. They're going to put it in the dryer for like an hour and a half. I'm always thinking the worst, and I know this transfer is going to hold up no matter what because I've done the same thing. I put it through its paces. I tested this transfer out. I have shirts that are years old that were pressed from 2020 that are still holding up. So I understand that this transfer is solid up to my liking. So that's why I feel confident in it. You have to feel confident in what you're offering. And remember, you do not have to be the factory. You don't have to own a printer to print for yourself and print for others and do all that. You don't have to do that. You can always just buy your transfers to somebody else and you have the customer pay for the transfers. You front the money up front, but you are already gonna front the money up front to buy a printer anyways, right? People always think of the printer cost, but forget about the consumable costs, right? Film and paper, daily maintenance, all the different inks, learning the RIP software, buying the RIP software. There's a lot more that goes into it. So remember, you don't have to be the factory, because the shitty part is if you have a printer and you're printing for yourself and your printer goes down running somebody else's job, now your orders get put on hold because the machine's down printing somebody else's stuff, right? A lot of people forget about that part. When you put all of your eggs in one basket, you could jam up your whole business just because the white ink goes down on your DTF printer and you weren't even printing for yourself. You might have been printing somebody else's order, but now you got orders coming in for your own t-shirts, you got other orders coming in for transfers, and your machine's down. The whole operation is shut down. Kind of a crappy way to go out. When you're thinking about decorating on t-shirts, find whatever works for you, whether it's transfers, screen printing, DTG, DTF, sublimation, HTV, whatever you're doing, rhinestone rhinestones, whatever you choose to use. Think about what you want to offer your customers and really understand what print method you're going with, what it consists of, and what can you really stand behind. And watch out for those shady DTF printers out there, man, that are doing stuff like this, send you 2 totally different rolls in one order. That's a crazy way to run a business, man. Hopefully this video helps some people out there. Also, I'm pretty sure there's gonna be a lot of people saying, man, the DTF company that I use is the best, blah, blah, blah. That's cool. You do not have to convince me on why the company you're using is the best. If you wanted to do that, just make a YouTube video showing what you're using to help the next person. That's all I'm doing. I'm showing my experiences with these big DTF companies. I'm showing the transfers that I use and why I choose to use them. You can do the same exact thing. You can make your own YouTube video, an Instagram video of the transfers you use and the DTF company you use and the success story that you have. That ultimately helps the next person coming up. I'm not the law when it comes to transfers. You don't have to try to convince me on why your transfer company is better than my transfer company. If you're making money, good, because I'm making money over here. That's all that matters, all right? You guys use whatever transfer company you guys want to use. That's the beauty in running your own business. You're your own boss. You make your own decisions, all right? If you got any questions, make sure you leave it in the comments for me. Follow me on Instagram, Big Brando TV. That's where you can see me using all these Supacolor transfers on the t-shirts that I sell, all right? Catch you guys on the next one, man. Yeah.